Hello, everyone. This is Lisa. And oh my God, she's going live again in the same day. Yeah, because then I realized, well, I didn't have an anxiety attack from going live. So I want to do it again. And on that, actually, I do not suffer from anxiety anymore. So I was kind of using that. But honestly, when I first started the channel, you guys, that is wind chimes in the background. See, when you're live, you can't change anything. But anyway, gosh, totally forgot what I was going to say. Anyhow, back to the live. So, and what the title is called, which is Reaching Your Full Potential After the Narcissist. Because those of you who have left the narcissist, you already know you cannot thrive with a narcissist. It's almost impossible because they're going to downplay every single thing that you do. And some of you guys may know, I've mentioned this before, I was planning to do a YouTube channel while I was married to the narcissist. Now, not about this subject. And of course, he wanted to be involved in it. I was good with that. But my gosh, you can't even talk to them. So I was so self-conscious and about everything, and the way, how I look, how I sound, the fact that I'm Southern. Are people going to pick at me? And I already have the person I'm living with picking at me. And that's why that now, if people are coming at me, especially, especially right now, I'm live, I can see you guys can see me, I can't see you. Right? So that can be a little daunting because I've taught classes to over 100 people before. I've spoken in large groups. So I'm not somebody that is too shy to, mention, to be in front of people speaking and all that sort of stuff. But when you've been invalidated and devalued and you're wondering what's wrong with you and everything like that, how in the world are you going to reach your full potential when you're really in survival mode? You're not in thrive mode, you're in survive. All right. So, and those of you who've left the narcissist, it's not like, oh, I just left the narcissist, now I'm thriving. No, you're not. You're probably trauma bonded. Unless you just left them right away. Okay. But if you spend any amount of time with them, months, years, decades, you have some healing to do before you can get forward and move forward. I did start my healing process while I was still married to the narcissist, because at that time I really believed, I am going to get so enlightened and on my own that I'm going to bring him with me. Well, I want to share something with you guys, because I know there's people who think that right now, I'm going to save them. That's a nice goal. It won't happen. You're wasting your time. Just take it from me, and anyone else who has dealt with a narcissist can tell you the same thing. They don't have to be a coach. They know. They got the experience, okay? So I went to a seminar one time, and the man that was speaking, he did this perfect analogy about wanting to save someone, all right? So he said, so he was sort of a big guy, and he's on a stage, and he had a much smaller female come up to him. And so where he reached his hand down to her, and he says, he caught her hand, and he said, what's the easiest thing to do right now? Is it easier for me to pull you up onto this stage, even though I'm bigger, and he was obviously stronger, or would it be easier for you to yank me down off of it? And I thought, ooh, that's good. The same guy also said, pay attention to the five people that you spend the most time with, because that's who you're going to be like. So I took those art, and this seminar, oh my gosh, was a long time ago, more than a decade. And, but I remember, key things that somebody has said that I'll think, ooh, that was really good. I'm going to say something about that. So prior to meeting the narcissist, now he would tell everyone he just saved me from whatever. And in a way, he kind of did. I will have to say, I'll admit that, financially. because I had gone to work for a spiritual center after selling my business. I had two separate businesses that they were both jewelry. And anyway, the first one, I just had my partner buy me out because I knew the market was changing. He thought differently. But anyway, so I came out of that with a profit. And in the next one, we decided to sell the business. And so I was basically living off the proceeds of that. Therefore, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the spiritual center. I'm going to teach, I'm going to do teach yoga there. I'm going to do Reiki there. And I'm swiping this because I don't know if you guys are seeing, I'm having notifications come up. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Ha! I'm still learning, y'all, on this whole live. But anyway, okay, where was I? See, this is the problem. You get distracted because I've got my dog out here, looking at me, and I'm giving him the look like, do not bark right now. And try not to be looking mean at the same time because he knows if I get the look. Also, I have to have my sunglasses on. These are actually prescription sunglasses, but I have very light green eyes, and the lighter your eyes are, typically the more sun sensitive you are, and I am that way. So I'm not trying to hide from you guys. Just trying not to squint, okay? So back to that potential. Once you get away, even though when you get away from the narcissist, you think you're going to die. Look, I'm serious. You think you're going to die. Like, I didn't want to be with him, but I also didn't want to be with anyone else. Now, see how that's how not like the narcissist. They just find somebody to replace you right away. So anyway, it's a matter of, I'm sorry, I got distracted. My dog came out. But anyway, you guys, when you heal, when you glow up, and I really like that term because that's exactly what it's like. But when you do something like that, you are actually, you guys are hearing my guy in the background, and I'm keeping him off this. So, but anyway, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. You just call them the dogs. But see, I don't have that problem when I'm not going live, so I get to cut all those kind of things out. So yeah, here's real life. Anyway, the cool thing is that everything that I've done now, I have created on my own, my coaching business, this channel, other platforms, and everything like that. And because here's what I wanted. I wanted to do something that had a purpose. I really do, and I'm expanding on that because I really want to help children before they become adults, and you have to fix what's happened with the children. So I'm a very strong advocate for children, and I'm going to put children above any adult, obviously including my own kids. So because they are the future, they really are. But when you get your groove back, so to speak, you will be amazed at what you can do. I always wanted to work from home. I wanted to work when I wanted to, on my own pace, at my own schedule. And, people think, oh my gosh, she's putting out so many videos. She must just be on the internet all day. And I'm actually not. Obviously, I am right this second because y'all are seeing it live. But y'all see, I'm Southern. But anyhow, but it's wonderful because I can travel. I can still do my job. I can, I can go to friends' places and I can still do my job. And I can also take off whenever I want to. And I do a lot of videos in advance. So all I have to do is release them. And so if you're not getting a comment responded to right away, it's because I might have just uploaded a video, but I may or may not be on there right now because you can schedule them. Also, if I get a lot of comments, and I'm not complaining, they're great. I read every one of them. I have noticed that I've gone, ooh, I missed that comment. So I don't ignore any of you unless you're leaving me a troll comment, then you may be getting ignored. Other than that, I try to answer all your comments. Also, if you've left me a really long comment and there's questions in it, a lot of times I'm just going to click the like button on it, letting you know that I've seen it, and I am acknowledging that I've seen it, but I'm going to do a video about it because the answer is something that others have asked, okay? So I do pay attention to every single one of you. And I've even, been told, oh, I'm going to need to get someone to answer my comments. I really don't want to do that. If that ever happens, I will definitely let you know it is not me, but because I don't want someone else speaking for me. I've seen how that can, somebody can think, oh, that's what she wants me to say, but it wasn't. So anyhow, you guys, I would like to see each and every one of you survive and thrive. You're already surviving. You're already surviving. If you're watching this, no matter how bad you feel, you better give yourself a pat on the back because you survived, or you are surviving. All right. But let's go to that next level. Let's thrive. Let's get there. And if you're in the depths of despair and depression, that may be hard to hear right now. You're like, that's not going to happen. You guys, I thought the same thing. The person that you're seeing right now that is very strong and very confident, yes, I was born this way, and I was very confident all my life up until the narcissist, and I lost it for a while. I honestly did. My focus became him and everything to fix things and make him happy and appease. I fawned, I froze, I did all of that stuff. I put up with the screaming, the yelling, the everything, thinking I could change. So that's why I understand all of your stories. That's why I do not victim blame. And for those who have asked me, I am a certified life coach. No, I am not a doctor. I am not a licensed therapist, but I will tell you this. I have gone to therapists who are extremely knowledgeable in their field in psychology or psychiatry or things like that. But if they have not intensely studied narcissistic abuse, and I'm going to take it one step further, if they haven't been through it, you just can't fully understand it. And you guys know that. I'm going to compare it to this, and this is just a really awful comparison, but I'm going to use it. For those of you out there who have lost a child, now I haven't had that experience, thank God. However, while I can empathize with you, and I can feel you, I'm very empathetic, okay, I feel you and I commiserate with you, but I couldn't say I know how you feel, because unless you've lost a child, you guys, you just couldn't understand, right? So it's the same thing. Someone who has lost their sight, others can say, okay, I can commiserate with that, but do they really understand what life is like without being able to see or hear or anything else? Well, it's the same, it's the same with narcissistic abuse. If you haven't lived through it, honestly, you can sympathize, you can be a supporter, you're not going to really understand it. So the reason that clients come and talk to me is one, I'm a little bit cheaper than, I'm not cheap, but I'm less expensive than most therapists. However, I don't take insurance. So that can be a thing. And I've actually had people contact me just about therapists. And I will certainly, if I feel like what they're dealing with is outside of narcissistic abuse and they really need, they're probably going to be needing medication, things like that, I'm going to suggest that. So, because it is not my goal to have a lot of personal clients. I only see 1 to 2 clients per day because it takes a lot of energy. And I am a Reiki master. So for those of you who go, ooh, I'd like to have a Reiki session. If you're having a session with me, you already are having a Reiki session, okay? Because the Reiki energy just flows and distance is not a thing. But anyway, I don't want to make this too long. I know you guys hate long videos because the short ones always do better. And there's always more views. But for those of you who like the longer videos, I'm going to be doing more of these and getting way more comfortable, obviously, with being live. I've only did it just a few hours ago for the first time, and now I'm like, ooh, I'm going to do that. So everybody have a phenomenal day. I am going to release one more video today. It's extremely short, 18 seconds long, and actually I'm not speaking in it at all. It's a duet that I did from another platform. It's funny. I'm going to tell you right now, there is some language in it. It's not me, but the point is made. And when I do, if you guys have been watching me for a while, You know, I try to do a lot of different kind of videos. I use a lot of different filters. Some people hate them, some people don't. Sometimes I use the one like, you know, that gives me the devil horns because I'm trying to illustrate the narcissist. So everyone has a different way of learning. So I try to put videos across in different ways. I try to make some of them funny, some of them serious, some of them are like, you know, and because, hey, those are all aspects I have. You know, I have a great sense of humor. I also can be very serious, and I can also have a lot of fun. So, and I can be very passionate. So, if anyone who watches me for a while, you know, I'm me, okay? For good, for bad, you have to be yourself. And any of you who have talked to me about starting your own YouTube channel, that is the biggest piece of advice I can give you. You have to be yourself, because you're not going to be able to keep up a channel and not be you. People are going to realize, like, this person's fake, okay? So be yourself, do what you love, and make sure whatever it is, it's something that you're really passionate about, because if you are working in what is your purpose and your passion and what you love, you will never, ever actually feel like you're working, because it'll be fun. And it is for me. And when I first started this, I thought, if I can just help one person, it'll all be worth it. And it's been so much more than that. And you guys, that just, oh, I can't even tell you what that feels like. It's just, it feels phenomenal to me. Oh yes, and I'm being told I need to say something about super chats. Yeah, and the super chat is, you know, that little thing in the bottom. Oh, you guys, and I forgot to say this earlier today, you guys who have been doing the super chats, I have gotten so many super chats that it actually, the super chat income was higher than the income from YouTube. Wow. Okay. So that all happened in the month of February. You guys are phenomenal. I thank each and every one of you. Always feel free to let me know something that you would like me to cover. If it's a video I haven't covered yet, because there's over 630 videos on here right now, and I may have done one. So a lot of times if you ask me a question, I'm going to leave you that video link so you don't have to go look for it, because I know I've said something about it, or I'm going to put you sort of in a queue of something I'm going to talk about in the future. I pay attention to all of you. I wish you all a beautiful, abundantly blessed day. Thank you.